Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those who are new, welcome. My name is Monica, and in today's video I am going to be talking about my TBR for the historical romance Readathon. So before I get into my TBR, let's go through my bingo card. So I decided to do my the smaller bingo card. On the first page for the prompts, I am going to do dark or gothic, Cinderella retelling, or Crystal's favorite. And then the second one is grumpy hero, time travel, indie author. And then the third is released before 2000, audiobook, new release. So those are my prompts for my bingo card. To be read, I'm going to be reading the Madness of Viscount Ashbourne. This is book 1 in the Rescued from Ruined series by Elisa Braden. I've never read this book. I've read like maybe one or two books from Elisa Braden. This one is very much dark, historical, Regency fiction. Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life gave it 5 stars. I trust her opinion on Elisa Braden. Christy from Christy Reads a Lot, she gave it 4 stars. I trust her opinion a lot. And this one is, the tagline is, his revenge will be her seduction, the night that changes everything. Life for Victoria Lacey should be perfect, and it is perfectly boring. Agree to marry a lord who has yet to aspire a single solitary tangle? Why, of course. Smile as though this is not the 1000th time he's mentioned hounds and hunting. It's all in a day's work for the oh-so-proper sister of the Duke of Blackmore. Surely no one would suspect her secret longing for heart-racing, head-spinning passion, except perhaps a dark stranger on a terrace at a ball where she should definitely not be kissing a man she had only just met. Uh-oh, she's being naughty. Okay, the obsession that leads to ruin. Hatred, not love, drives Lucian White, Viscount Atherbourne, to tempt the flower of Blackmore into sin. Her brother has done unthinkable damage to Lucian's family, and he tends to exact revenge in the only way left to him, ruining his enemy's sister, then stealing her from Blackmore by making her his own. Oh, really? Okay. Is that the only way? Sure. Okay. The woman who will set fire to her husband's heart, as Lucian carries out his ruthless plan to tutoring his new bride in the finer points of pleasure. Her surrender leaves him breathless, and soon a new obsession awakens, a scandalous fascination with his irresistible wife. This sounds like it's gonna be fun. So, I mean, Crystal and Christy, they gave it a good rating. I'm absolutely going to be reading this. So yeah, the next one that I'm going to read is Herruthless Duke by Scarlett Scott. I have found Scarlett Scott thanks to Christy last year, and this is book 1 in the Rogues Guild. So this one is so Christy gave 5 stars, and she said it's in her review she says it's age gap and guardian ward. It's a blue stocking and a jaded guardian, so this is definitely like grumpy. So and it has a mystery to it, which I love mystery. So I'm going to read this. This is also on this is sort of doing a dual thing for me, because this is also on my historical romance list for 2024 that I really wanted to read. So, and I honestly love the cover. So the other one that I'm going to read, this is Crystal's favorite, and it's also a Cinderella retelling. And it's an offer from a gentleman. This is book 3 in the Bridgertons, and I wanted to reread this. So I'm going to reread this. I love this book. I gave it 5 stars. I'm going to see if Benedict's story holds up as much as I think it will, because I love Benedict. You're not going to get me to read Colin's book. Sorry. I've already read Colin's book, and we all know how that went. And if we all want to know how I feel about Colin, I can have that discussion with you some more if you'd really like that, because I really can't stand Colin. But I love Benedict. I love Benedict in the book, and I love Benedict in the movie, and I don't care. I love Benedict. So I am going to read An Offer from a Gentleman. This is book 3 in the Bridgertons, and I think it's going to hold up for a 5-star read, and I hope that I'm right. And that should be covering my Cinderella retelling and Crystal's favorite as well. So the last one that I'm going to read, this will cover time travel, because I have time travel on here as well. And it will also cover for released before 2000, and all of this is going to cover audiobooks, so I can literally put any of these in audiobook, okay? Is A Knight in Shining Armor by Jude Devereaux. This is book 13 in the Montgomery Taggart series. I read this. I gave it 5 stars. I want to see if it holds up again, because I just really wanted to do reread. And since B from Mama Loves to Read Romance was reading it, I was like, I want to reread it. So this is a good time to reread it. And I was like, that sounds so much fun. So I'm going to reread it, because I loved it the first time, and I want to see if it holds up. So I'm going to reread it with B. Well, I don't know if we're going to do it together, but I'm going to reread it while she reads it. So I'm very excited about this one. This one is about our heroine Douglas, and our hero Nicholas. So Douglas, she goes on holiday with her boyfriend and his daughter, and her daughter is a complete brat, and they leave her at a church in the 1980s, and she starts weeping, and this guy comes out, and he's this knight in shining armor, and so he's in the 80s, and then stuff happens, and then she goes back to Tudor time, and then stuff happens again, and it's just so much fun. And I really, really enjoyed it. Now, I know not everybody liked this one, but I had a damn good time with this one. So I gave it 5 stars. And I want to see if it holds up. And so that's what I'm reading. Now, so I know there's a lot going on right now, so I'm only wanted to put 4 books. But if I can get to it, I want to read The Perfect Rake by Anne Christie. So I'm not putting this on my TBR, but I am mentioning it in this video. This one is also on my list for historical romances that I want to read in 2024. This is the first book in the Mary Do Sister series by Anne Gracie. I discovered Anne Gracie last year, and I want to thank you to Crystal. So I want to continue to get to know her writing some more. So this one, fate has lavished beauty on all the Mary Do sisters, that is, all save the eldest. But plain Prudence bears no grudge. She loves her 4 beautiful sisters infinitely. So when their abusive grandfather is laid up with an injury, she seizes an opportunity to concoct an ingenious plan that will allow all 5 of them to escape the clutches of their legal guardian. All it will take is a little matrimonial deception. A renowned rake, Gideon Lord Caradence, has a way of making ladies swoon, but Prudence arrives at his doorstep and mistakes him for his cousin, the Duke. It is Gideon who's infatuated. The delightful Spitfire claims she and the Duke are engaged, although a taller tale was never told. In spite of the lies, Gideon is so taken with charming Prudence that he's eager to join her game, especially if it will award him a stolen kiss or 2. Now, Prudence's plot is about to go terribly, albeit deliciously, awry. Yep, that's why I want to read it. So, sounds so good. Anyway, so that's my TBR for the Readathon, and 1 extra if I can squeeze it in, because I want to squeeze it in. Because if you remember on my Team A TBR, I had a couple historical romances. His Forbidden Touch by Sherry Thacker, as well as The Sweetest Scoundrel. I had to look it down because I could not see it. Is Sweetest Scoundrel by Elizabeth Hoyt. So I have some historical romances to be reading in the month of May. Let me know what you are going to be reading. If you're going to be participating in the readathon, I would love to know. Are you going to be reading any of the books that I'm going to be reading? An Offer from a Gentleman? I mean, Benedict is awesome, right? Or am I alone in that? I mean, because I love Benedict. So, well, anyway, let me know what you're reading down below. Anyway, if you made it this far in this video and you want to let me know that you've been here, please leave me the kiss lips emoji. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.